Hello, hello, hello. All right. This is Jason from the Game Warrior, and we're going to do a little investigator talking with the new game, Cthulhu, Death May Die, Fear of the Unknown. So before I talk, let's also bring up the elephant in the room. What is that elephant in the room? That elephant is the fact that a lot of people don't like investigators. They don't like them. They don't want more of them. And there are so many more coming in the stretch goal. So far, I count 19 of them. Now, before we get into this topic deeply, because we're going to look at the 10 that come with the core set. We're going to look at the 10 because they just published, Mark Portugal just published an article about that. I want to say I get where you're coming from. I get it. The investigators are the least sexy part of this game. They really are. But they're the core of it. And I hate seeing everyone complain when we have a smorgasbord of cool stuff. Just so much cool. Look, if you like this game, you are in heaven. You are getting so much more fun stuff. And in fact, let's just go look through it to remind you in case you have forgotten. Okay, here we go. First of all, you're getting a new set, $100. $100, and you're going to get all these stretch goals. So right now, where are those stretch goals? Oh, don't forget that this set is the same as the game that you already have, except for it's got two new mechanics, unknown monsters and unknown relics, both of which are pretty cool, especially the unknown monsters, because look at this. The unknown monsters allow you to play any of the monsters that you've gotten over the years from the various sets and all the new monsters in this set. Now, before that, you had to use them with the specific scenarios they came with, and so they were limited use. Now you can take any monster across the whole way and mix and match it and use it in any scenario. So there's much more modularity and much more appeal and application for each monster. All right, let's look at what we get, right? Shall we look at the testimonies? Because my testimony should be here, shouldn't it? All right, everything added to your pledge. So as I said, 19 investigators. Now that's a lot. And this is the core of where you're hearing people complain. They're complaining and they're saying, Jason, they're saying, CMON is ripping us off. They're giving us more crap. I just want you to have a different perspective. Yes, they're the least sexy. And yes, 19 is probably too many, and it looks like we're going to get more. But it's all going to even out, my friends. It's all going to even out, and it will be good. Look at this. We're going to get a lost episode. More episodes, more fun. We get Lost Episode and the Hypnos card. We get Lost Hypnos and the Keziah Mason and Brown Jenkins monsters. These alone are good. Today we just got a new color monster come up. It might be in there somewhere. There it is, right there, right? The color out of space, which means we're probably going to get Lost Episode number 6. And that's pretty early. That's pretty early because need I remind you, my good friends, oops, I didn't do that correctly. Stick with me. 8 days to go. So we have like a whole nother week. There's a good possibility we're going to get even more lost episodes, right? So maybe we get the 6 with the main box, and then we get 3 more here, 3 lost episodes, and there's a chance we get even more episodes. And I'm really excited about that because lately these episodes have been so high quality. They're so innovative, so challenging. I'm really excited about them. So you're going to get all these monsters exclusive, and now you can use them. You can mix and mash them. You can take the Yumby and the Cleopteron, and you could take the mutated animals and you could monster mix those with the unknown monster mechanic in any game. So that's quite a few new animals. You're going to get this guy. You're going to get all these new cards. So that's pretty cool if you ask me. Right now, and we still got 8 days to go, so there'll be a whole bunch of more free stuff coming. And yes, sure, there'll be more investigators. But I think if you look at it in a big sense, you're going to be okay. I know. We don't need any more investigators, but try them out and take a look at them, which is what we're going to do today. Before we do that, though, what can you add to the pledge? Ithaca the Windwalker. So that's the first new Elder one. I predict, my friends, there will be another at least. Animal Allies. So I'm going to be getting this one for sure. I'm going to be getting that one. Animal Allies. Are you kidding? I don't know if you know this, but I love pets, so this is one I will definitely be getting. Riley Rising, are you kidding? I will not be getting this. Nope, I do not need a $180 toy. If you do, though, get it and cheer for you. I'm so excited if you've been wanting this. That is the best news in the world, that you get what you wanted. Oh, I'm so excited for you. And guess what? I don't want it. No big deal. Unspeakable box. This right now, currently, my friends, is where I am going on the teeter-totter. This is the teeter-totter. Do I get it? Do I don't? And for me, the reason I am thinking no is because it's got Yog-Sothoth in it, which I already got. Somehow I picked that up somewhere. So I'm $120 for more investigators, more monsters, more episodes, 3 more, and 1 Elder God, Dagon. And most people tell me Dagon is so hard that he's unplayable. So that'll be my question, and we'll talk about that more as the campaign goes. But and all that for $100. Oh my gosh, they're just doing so good, and these models are so amazing. Okay, but let's look at the investigator. Shall we do it? So Mark Portugal today has done the second so far of 2, and he may do more, what we call articles about the design process. I love this inside stuff. I think of myself as an amateur, semi-professional designer, and so I love hearing his thought process. And it's really cool because it makes him human, and it makes the process just come alive for me. So today he talks about the 10 investigators and how important it was to create new investigators that had a new, powerful feel to it. And I can imagine, you got to create investigators. They've got to be good. And so far, he goes over the 10 that are in the core box. So let's go over them because some of them are pretty cool. Here's the first one, Agatha May from Chicago, Illinois. Now, one thing I want you to consider is not to ignore the flavor text. Someone put some work into this, right? Someone did some good art, and someone put some ideas and diversity of thought and creativity into these characters, and I really like them. Should I make myself smaller or should I make myself bigger? A little inside joke there. All you really need to see is me. All right, here we go. Agatha May. Now, guess what we're going to see here? We're going to see her card, and this is what I've been asking them to do. I'll make it bigger, right? So she has killer instinct. Let's go over this. Once per turn, when attacking, you may take 1 stress to deal 1 additional wound. That's pretty cool. Once per turn, you just add a little wound. This isn't too bad because it comes with marksman, and marksman is a great, great power to have. And then if you go to her second level, you don't need to take stress when using this skill. So you're going to want to upgrade that. So once per turn, when you attack, you at least do 1 additional wound, right? Instead, you roll an attack, the second upgrade, all of your attacks deal 1 additional wound. Wow. So if you roll with 3 dice, that's 3 attacks. Right there, that's 3 additional wounds. Or is it all of your attacks? Every attack, when attacking, all of your attacks. Wow, we need a dice clarification, right? Is that a dice clarification? All of your attacks deal 1 additional wound. Once per turn when attacking. Oh, once per turn. Yeah, I get it. Because you could attack 3 times. And you could only do 1. Okay, this isn't as good as it looked. And you got to get 2 to get 3 attacks, 3 extra wounds. How? What does the second one say? All of your attacks deal 2 additional wounds. So if you do 3 attacks, you do 6, you can get a bonus max of 6. And why are we thinking of this? Why are we looking at this? Everything is really positioned at this point in time for the final battle against the big boss with all of his cumulative power. So she, in that final battle against Cthulhu or whatever elder one you're doing, can shoot, and on her turn is going to do 6 extra wounds. She seems pretty balanced. I'm looking for someone imbalanced. Okay. Hui Kung, a Chinese guy, pretty cool, with a very defensive stance. It's a pretty cool feel. It might not be game good, but it's pretty cool. So he has self-defense. When attacked, if no wounds are dealt, you heal 1 stress and may push the attacker 1 space away. Useful. He's got swiftness and toughness will already make it harder to hit him. Next level, you have 1 free reroll when attacked. That's kind of nice. You have 1 additional free rerolls when attacked, so 2 total. So you're very defensive, and you're wondering, how is this going to benefit me? Look at the 3rd level. When attacked by a cultist or monster, if no wounds are dealt, kill the attacker. So now on the 3rd level, someone attacks him. He becomes a problem. Now, what's the big problem that you see in this character? Why don't you tell me before it? Just go ahead and type it in the things before. You got it. It doesn't work with an Elder One. So he's not very good in the end game. And so I'm not too interested in playing him. I love the flavor, though. I do love the flavor. Here we go. Julian Dulik from Belgrade, Yugoslavia. Little boy. Look at him. He's just an urchin. That's great. Another, again, a great character, a great feel. I mean, they're doing fun stuff with this. And I know you don't like investigators, but try to enjoy it. Okay, so what can he do? Silent witness. He's the little poor kid on the corner who sees everything, like he sees the murder, right? Okay, when making any roll after all re-rolls, you may heal 1 stress for each madness. So you still lose the madness, but you heal stress. Little weird. What has he got? He's got stealth and arcane mastery. Here's a little hint. Everyone should pay attention to arcane mastery. I find that my success in this game is very much based on how well I combine everything with arcane mastery. So this is a good one already. I'm going to look at this kid. Silent witness. I'm not so sure about that. I want to play it, though. I'm going to give it a play. Second, it says instead you may heal 2 stress for each tentacle. So use your stress, because every time you get a tentacle, you're also going to be healing it. So you're going to be using stress, re-rolling a lot with this guy, right? Instead, you may heal 2 in any combination of stress and wounds for each tentacle. Now he's starting to heal his health. Now that's not too bad. I like that. Third, instead you may heal 2 instead of losing sanity from each tentacle. Wait a minute, folks. That's important. You see, because you cannot heal sanity. You can't. And so when you get over here, see this spot over here where I'm circling? Right there. And you got all these extra dice, and you get 1 more tentacle. You're dead. They're all dead, Dave. They're all dead. And so if you have a way, right, to heal 2 instead of losing sanity from each thing, like you're never going to die. If you could get it to this point, let's think this out. You get it here, you still could die, right? Because something else could give you insanity. Right? This is the die. So if something else gives you insanity, a Mythos card or an Elder One, Cthulhu will cause you to lose insanity after every turn for him. It's a problem, right? But you could keep him going for a little while. Might be useful. He's sneaky, and he's got arcane mastery. What do you think? What are your thoughts on Julian? Okay, Stella Fontaine. If I remember right, I think I really like her. So she is, I guess, French, and she's a chemist, and she's going to blow crap up. She doesn't blow it up as much as I would think, but I think the mechanic kind of comes across. She has chemical explosives. She never has to gather materials, which is good. This is probably the way they want it. When you attack, you may target 1 additional figure in the target space. Split the wounds as you like. Additional target. So immediately you can attack 2 people with each 1 attack if you want. Which is kind of cool, right? Because if you've ever, like had 5 hits on a cultist and wasted 3 of them, right? Because the cultists only take 2 hits, you're thinking, hey, let's split this up. Okay, explosives. So that kind of forms the idea of an explosive, right? Oh, by the way, she's got arcane mastery. Oh, by the way, she's got marksman. So she can attack from the other room. And yes, I'm going to be playing Stella. I want to play this one. One of them I'm definitely going to play. I want to try some of the others too. When you attack, you have 1 free reroll for each target. Level 2, not bad. Level 3, when you attack, you may target any number of additional figures in the target space. So you can boom them all. Boom. Right? Finally, when you attack, deal the full wounds to each target. So if you do 10 damage, you do 10 damage to everyone. She's pretty good. I don't know if she's designed for the final battle, right? Because she can't do that extra punch to Cthulhu at the end. And it's something I'm always thinking about. And you should be thinking too. But we've got Marksman and Arcane Mastery, and those 2 are excellent. Leon Bonds from Miami. Boy, he looks like he's having cool. One of the fun things about this game is all of these characters. One of the problems, though, and this is a problem with the investigators, is while some of these have flavor, it's like playing D&D. you probably wouldn't like me playing D&D if you like all these investigators, because a lot of people will play a game like, I'm going to try this character for flavor, right? And I'm going to try this character for flavor. Like, I want to try Leon Barnes. That's fun. Miami, Florida. I'll slow down a bit and let you guys catch up. I mean, he just sounds fun, right? Unless he's not fun in the game, unless his flavor is not useful in the game, right? Because I am a horrible min-maxer when it comes to gaming. Oh, you wouldn't like me if you're not a min-maxer. So you can already see, I mean, what are we, 15 minutes into this audio, you're saying to yourself, wait a minute, Jason is a min-maxer. He's talking about how to win. I just want to have fun. Winning is fun, and fun is fun too. Both of them can be fun. All right, he's a show-off. If there's another investigator in your space, you gain a green dice. So he's got to be with someone. Not too bad. Instead, if there's another investigator within 2 spaces, that's okay. You also have 1 free reroll per roll if there's another investigator within 2. And the final, instead, for each other investigator within 2 spaces, gain 1 dice and 1 free reroll per roll. So he's a show-off. Great flavor, and my guess is, having played this game enough, he's just not going to be good enough. He's a marksman, though, and that might be good, and he can move a lot. Again, min-maxing. I want to play Leon. I want to abuse him and turn him into a winner, but I don't know that Leon's a winner. Ruth is Ruth Weber. Ruth Weber from Berlin, Germany. Another great character. I love the flavor. But let's look if she's going to keep us alive. She's sly. She does look sly, doesn't she? Once per run, when you sneak, heal 1 stress. Okay? When you sneak. What is sneaking? Does anyone know? Stealth? Is stealth sneaking? When you run, you may sneak once. 1 enemy doesn't follow you. Oh, okay, yeah. So when you run, when you use it with your stealth, you get it, and you're fast. So you're sneaky. Ruth is just sneaky. I will say this. Can I say something? I like this pair of, this has a good synergy, right? Sly, stealthy, swift, moving in and around. And Ruth just doesn't look to me like she's sneaky. I said it earlier, but I was lying, right? Ruth does not look sneaky. She's a freelance investigative reporter. I don't know. Doesn't work for me. I'm just giving an opinion. I mean, I like the work they put into creating Ruth. She's awesome, but she doesn't seem to match with these skills to me. Okay, wait. Instead, each time you sneak, heal 1 stress or wound and deal 1 wound to the enemy. Not bad. You got to sneak around a lot. Once per turn after a run in which you sneaked. If you are in a safe place, you may investigate. That's nice. That means you're going to get investigate twice. That's pretty cool. I'd like to play her. She's flavorful, but I don't think she'd help me win unless I discovered some cool stuff. Mike Kozlov, Petrograd, Russia. Anger is good, makes one feel alive. This guy looks awesome. He's fun, great flavor. Let's see what can he do, though. What can he do? He can brawl, of course, and he's tough. That's awesome, obvious. When attacking, for each stress you spend to reroll a die, you may reroll 1 additional die, resolved 1 at a time. So you get an extra reroll on the rerolls. Not too bad. You may also do this on rolls that are not attacks. Not too bad. When attacking, you may heal 1 stress before the roll. Not too bad. You may also heal 1 stress before rolls that are not attacks. Well, that's what I say. I doubt he's going to be a winner. Great character again, though, and I'm having fun, right? The whole thing is fun. Let's admit, we're just having so much fun. Sally Withers, New York, New York. She is a photographer, it looks like, right? I haven't been reading these. I encourage you to, but she looks great. Let's see. She's an avid photographer. Did I guess that right? It must have been the camera in her hand. That, and I read these already to prepare for you. She's got arcane mastery, and she's tough. All right. When an investigator leaves your space, you may follow. That's an interesting one. That's an interesting power. And I don't think it's going to equal something like marksman or arcane mastery or something big, right? But it's interesting. Oops. For some reason, my messenger is on. I'm sorry. To turn it off now would turn the video, so I have made a mistake, and I apologize for that. Let's go on. Other investigators in your space gain a green dice. That's pretty good. When another investigator in your space rests, you may heal 3 stress or 3 wounds in any combination. I've seen someone else do a power like that. I can't remember what it was. It's very useful. You or other investigators in your space have 1 extra action each turn. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. She might be good. I'd like to take her and see. Arcane Mastery is good. Toughness is okay too. Not as good as some of the better ones. Like if this was Marksman, I'd like it better. She takes pictures from the corners. She lobs photos from the corners from the other room. All right. Jacob Peters from Warsaw, Poland. I love this art. He looks like a butcher, right? He's a doctor, but he looks like a butcher, but he's covered in blood and he's got a saw. That's just awesome. Yeah, he's not a butcher. He's a doctor with a saw. Okay, that's great. He is a surgeon with a saw. Great flavor. Marco, Portugal, you're doing a great job. When you kill an enemy or heal 1 stress or wound on an investigator in your space, it may be yourself. I like that. Makes it more useful. Instead, heal the total health of the killed enemy in any combination of stress or wounds. Okay, 3rd level heal. Instead, heal an investigator within 1 space. 3rd, instead, heal each investigator within 1 space by that amount. You're a healing machine with your saw. It's pretty cool. He's a brawler, and he can move quick. Sandra Atkinson from Plymouth, UK. Okay. Sandra's love of ancient secrets. Just get her into trouble. That's what's going to get her. She's a relic seeker. She's got brawling and arcane mastery. So you got to have a brawler in every party with arcane mastery, and you have to have a marksman with arcane mastery. So there's 2 in here that we can use. If you remember, there was a marksman with arcane mastery, and now there's a brawler. So these 2 characters are right there at the start. I'm starting with those. I think it was Stella. I don't want to scroll up right now. At the start of your first turn of the game, take 2 random relics and choose 1 to keep. So you get to use relics even if you're not using the relics game. So you get a bonus. That's pretty cool. Number 2, when investigating, you may claim items without taking stress. Pretty nice. That means, one of the things that you balance in this game is not taking too much stress so that when you investigate, you don't lose the good items, right? This lady, Sandra, can go all the way to the end with stress and still get the good items. I like that. That's pretty cool. The next one is at the end of your turn, heal 1 stress for each relic and item you have. So you're going to have 1 each turn anyways, and you can gather items pretty easily. Pretty cool. Instead of investigating, the 3rd step says you may gain a random transformed relic. Woo! That's fun. And it uses the relic system. I think this is great. I'm going to play her for sure. She's going to play. If I had a 2-player game, I'd take her and Stella above, who had arcane mastery, chemical explosions, and marksman. All right. That's it. That's the 10. So now, tappa, tappa, tappa. You see fingers. You got the fingers, right? Tappa, tappa, tappa. Tell me what you think of these. There's 2 topics to discuss, so stay with me here. One is, what do you think about investigators, right? And I know some of you don't like them, and I've been with you. Too many investigators. And by the way, this is just the 10 investigators here. There's 19 more so far in the stretch goals. So we haven't even seen what those are. That'll be fun. That'll be fun to look through. But yes, it is a kind of a congested design space. So what do you think of these what do you think of investigators overall? And what do you think of these investigators? And what are your thoughts with how they play with this game? Until next time, this has been Jason of the Game Warrior, thanking you for watching.